A severe drought has led to California's State Water Board to unanimously pass another unprecedented measure to limit water use. The measure was passed after a marathon meeting. Officials said that water conservation since last summer only totaled about 9%. That is far less than the 25% reduction that Governor Jerry Brown mandated in an April executive order.
Joining us now with more from Los Angeles, Ben Tracy. Hey, Ben, thanks for being with us.
Hey, guys, how are you?
Good, good. So who will be hardest hit by this?
Well, basically the areas that use the most water currently are going to have the biggest cut. So imagine places in the Los Angeles area such as Beverly Hills, South Pasadena. These are places with big houses, big lawns. They use a lot of water. So those places are going to get hit with a 36% cut to their water supply. Other places that have done a better job of conserving will get hit with about an 8% cut.
Why take these extreme measures, Ben?
Well, we got a big problem here in California, and the governor did warn people about a year ago. He said if you voluntarily cut your water use by 20%, we'll be in much better shape. Well, no one did that, so now he's saying this is now mandatory and it's going to hurt. And that's because our reservoirs here are basically empty and there's not enough water. And so people are now hearing the message that they got to take this seriously.
And is there optimism that a 25% cut, which is significant, right? I don't think people realize how much they're asking here. Is that doable?
That's the big question. I think there's optimism on the state level that people will do this, but these individual water districts now need to figure out how they convince people to do this, how they teach people to do this. You know, I think most of us don't really know how much water we use in any given day, and what changes we can make will really impact that water use. So there's going to be a big educational component of this, and then the big question is how do you actually fine people or make some sort of penalty if they don't do it?
And Ben, I thought it was interesting that we should point out once again in a graphic that was just up on the screen is that farmers are not affected by this, because obviously that could have economic implications nationwide.
Yeah, and that's a real complicated issue. I mean, farmers' agriculture here uses 80% of the usable water in California, and they're not impacted by these cuts, but farmers will be very quick to tell you that they have had severe cuts to their water supply over the past several years, which comes from the state and the federal government. It's kind of a different issue, but it's a big one for farmers. But you do have people now saying, well, me just taking a shorter shower isn't really going to fix the problem here in California unless we really address what kind of crops we're growing and how many of them we're growing.
All right, Ben Tracy reporting for us in LA. Thanks so much, Ben.
Thanks, guys.